My goodness. There is no sound. Oh, wait, hold on. Testing, testing. There we go. Salakia. Jeez. No sound. All right, Most High in Christ. Okay, let me just double check, make sure everything's wild. Salakia. Check. All right. All right, Most High in Christ. Shalom Israel, Shalom Yabashim Shabrakatah to the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shema Alatah Bashim Yahweh Shai to the sisters. We at the ISUPK Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We've been teaching the truth since 1969 that all so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people according to the Bible, and the real Jews are black, just so you know. Slacky for the tardiness. Satan was not trying to let a brother come to class today, but we're here nonetheless. So today, my goodness, like I'm just in the spirit right now. There's been many lost brothers and sisters in the world today who want to claim everything of any different type of culture other than what they are. We're going to be covering a couple things today, right? First of all, I'm going to prove to you that the real Jews, the real Israelites, according to the Bible, are black people. And when I say black people, I'm talking about Hispanics and Native Indians also. We leave no room for debate, right? Also, I'm going to prove a couple things to let our brothers and sisters know that the white man did not make the Bible. We're going to read some things out of the Bible to show you that the white man did not make the Bible, because y'all swear that he did. Also, I'm going to cover a few things that you're also not. Black people, you're not African. You're not African. Okay. So, with that being said, just for time's sake, let's hurry up. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Be greatly appreciated. And we'll be getting started with the Lord's Prayer. Just give me 1 second. All right. So with that, my Jim, just me up here. There we go. La Yasharala, which means to Israel. Majim upon Yahakwadam, which means to stand and face the east. We getting started with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. This is the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakuvka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Latamanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawathinawa, Wala'a, Tabayanawa, Manasaiwan, Abal, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Waha'ala, Wataparath, Laulamium, Aman. Now in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. A kop, which is the power in Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Babakasha, Latanganawa, Hakak, Hakak, Raba'ah, Call, Makalah, Wakal, Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Ha, Matazariah, Hakak, Lahaquayim, Hamathian, Hakak, Ayah, Rakawath, Hatama Allah, Lagarshun, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, the water, Amon. Now in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. The blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazab Ya'ah, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapyam, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kwatazayoyim, Ha Kayayoyim, Waha Aslagim, Waha Akwathiam, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, the water, Aman. Now the blessings in English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, All, Hahoyim, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Izoya, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Ba'aratazah, Oyathan, Lamawat, Bagalka, All, Yanawam, Shamorka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashun, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamorka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Oyad, Yanyamka, Yabamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wairach, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamorka, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaathka, Wabawaathka, Maitha, Wa'id, Iwalam. Now in the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, all, Damaya, Laka, all, Dakarash, wa all, Dashakwat, all, Kaya, Pana, Oyedika, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Ail, Amaka, Ya'amwa, Sabada, Waita, Yatazawa, Ail, Tazapawanyika, Amorwa, Lakawa, Wanakakida, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shun, Yasharala, Awada, Kaya, Natazawa, Labat, Yakadwa, Oyaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Aholia, Adawam, Wa, Yeshama Alim. Lost my spot. Mawa'aba, Wahagoria, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalak, Palashaf, Am Yeshabya, Tazawar, Gum, Ashawar, Nalawa, I Mum, Hayawa, Zorwai, Kayubyan, Labunya, Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Lahum, Kamudyan, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayubyan, Banakor, Koyashwan, Nashamawa, Bayan, Dara, Hayawa, Dama, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Kairab, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bak, Wakaza Zor, Manai, Kol, Nasa Yakamwa, Ashar, Amorwa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Ath, Naawath, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapunya, Rawaka'a, Ka'ash, Tabaira, Ya'ira, Wa, Kalahaba, Dalahat, Haryam, Kun, Daradama, Basairaka, Wabasa, Wapathka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Punyahum, Kuala Waya, Bakashwa, Shemka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Adyai, Waya, Kapawa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Diawa, Kaya, Atha, Shemka, Yahweh, Labadka, Ayawan, Alcohol, Harataza. Salakia, just give me one moment. Salakia. All right, Salakia. So we'll finish up Psalms 83 in the English. It says, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo,
thine
enemies make atonement.
Thy enemies make atonement.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up thy head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted. Against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
Come.
And let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation. That the name of Israel. May be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zaid. Yea. All their princes. As Zabah. And as Almunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God. Make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. One second. All right, you may be seated. That should be, let me see. That's a little better. Let's get the most high hand. All right, so today we're going to be covering a couple of things, actually. So the first thing I want to go over is that the real Jews are black. Just letting you know right now. I know there's been Slaggy. I've been fighting a lot of demons this week. There's a lot of brothers and sisters in the world that swear that they're African and all these other things, but you don't want to claim that you are one of God's chosen people. No sweat, no sweat. I got you. Don't even worry about it. So we're going to start off of, let's see, the Song of Solomon. We're going to start in chapter 1. For those of y'all who don't know, as usual, Sabbath service, we cover the first 7 verses in the Hebrew. Bear with me. I'm a little rusty. But we're gonna get through it. Then we'll do the 7 verses in the in English. This is just one. What's that? Oh, the water. Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. The water. Appreciate it. All right. So let's go. Song of Solomon, chapter 1. We're going to do verse 1. All right. Rob Mashak, don't butcher me. I know my Hebrew ain't that good, but we gonna get there. Nah, you too wild. Let's see. Okay. So this is the Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Ooh, we. All right. Asha Ya'ad. No, let's see. Ha Shaya Daya Ashad La Lashala Ma'a Ya no Yasha Kwa. Let's see. Yasha Kwanaya let's see. Manashaya. Let's see. Kwa Wa'ath. That is Paya Hawa Baya. Let's see. Baya Ta Waba Ra Daya Maya Ya'un. Slack Let's see. Lada Ya'a Shama Naya'un. Ta Waba Shama'un. Thawad. What is that? Kwa. There we go. Shama'un. I'll Ba'un. I'll Lama Ya'ath. Aha Ba Wa'un. Let's see. Masha Banaya. Aka Wayun. Nada Taza A. Ha Baya Naya. No, it's like here. Ham La'un. No, Ka no Da. Da. Let's see. Kwa Da Waya A. Nagaya La'a. Wana Shama Ka'a Ba'un. Naza Baya Da'a. Dayon. Maya Yun. Let's see. Maya Shada Ya'um. Ha'a Baya'un. Ta Shaka Shaka Ya Da'a Anya
Yaku. Yana'a Ya'a. Bana Ya'ath. Bana Yath. Yada. Let's see. Washa La'am. Ba Ahanaya. Quada 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 Quadaya. Quadawa. Baya Waya Ya'ai Ya'ath. Shalama. Shalama. Isle. Thada'a. Ya'a. Hasha. I'll just skip them. Hasha Ma'ash. Banaya. Athya. Amya. Ka Slakia. Nakada Ya'a. Baya. Sham. Let's see. Shamnaya. Nata Da'a. Ath. Ha ba da ya bada maya all no slagia shaya la na nata da athya. Okay, last one. It's verse 7. Let's see. Hagaya da a laya sha'a ba'a na pa napasha napashya. See ayaba'a thad thada thada aya ba'a thada by yataza bataza hadayam shal. Let's see. Shalama. Let's see. Aha ya'a. Baita ya'a. I'll ya I'll ada ya'a. Kaba daya'un.
Okay, Salakia. All right, that's it for the Hebrew. Salakia. Okay, so now I'm gonna get it one day. Salakia. So all right, so we're gonna start with Song of Solomon. We're gonna start with chapter 1, verse 1. So it's Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. So this is about, just so you know, this isn't Solomon speaking right here. This is actually a woman. I believe it's a Shulamite woman speaking, right? So in verse 2, just so you know, Shulamites at the time, I believe that they were in the territory of Issachar. So this will be an Issacharite woman speaking, right? Still from Jerusalem. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Because of the Savior of thy good ointments, thy name is as ointment poured forth. Therefore do the virgins love thee. This quick fact, real quick, according to the Bible, right? Virgins, I know a lot of people think that a virgin today would be someone who has not had an intimate relationship with somebody. So, like, we got kids in here. But my point being is, according to the Bible, right? The definition of virgin can be a young woman that is either married or unmarried, right? So now let's continue. Verse 4. Draw me
We will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee. Now, in verse 5, it says, I am black. Say that one more time for you. I am black, but comely. O ye daughters of Jerusalem. Hold on now. You know, this ain't talking about Africans, by the way. And if I could real quick, I know some people like to argue that that Jerusalem was in Africa. If you actually look at a map, you'll find that Jerusalem is actually on the continent of Asia towards the Middle East. So no, it's not in Africa. By the way, the term Africa it doesn't exist in the Bible at this time because well, it wasn't called Africa. It wasn't conquered yet. You understand? Now, this is just one of the indications showing that that the real Jews are black. You understand? So now let's keep reading. And it says, as the tents of Kedar. Now, some people might not know what Kedar means. Kedar could be translated to dark. So there you go. Again, she's saying that she's dark. Her pigmentation is dark, like most Hebrews today. Now, don't get it twisted. I know some people get too caught up in colorism, right? You know, that's why a lot of brothers and sisters feel like, well, you know, Hispanics and Native Indians, they're not God's chosen people because they're light skinned. Little do you know, we come in all different shades. But I'll get to that later on, right? Let's just continue real quick. So let's see. It says in verse 6, look not upon me because I am black. Say that one more time for you. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but mine own vineyard have I not kept. Now, just to debunk something right quick, right? So somebody tried to argue with me and say that, well, that doesn't mean that she was actually dark skinned. Like, what are you talking about? So they tried to say, oh, well, it says that she was black because she was standing in the sun. Okay, let's use a little bit of common sense real quick. What happens when black people stand in the sun? We don't really use sunscreen like that. Oh, what you got, Crime Shot? Exactly. Actually, if I could real quick, right? We get darker. You get my point. Like we get dark. We're already dark. We just get darker, right? You know, the white man, you know, he don't do too well in there. You understand? But my point being is, the sun wasn't the reason why she was dark. You just get darker in the sun. That's all. But the reason why these people like to argue this is because they want to try to show that the real Jews, right? Not the Jewish. Jewish means, like, you gotta remember the ish term, right? Means like they're of, trying to copy, but they're not the same. They're not the original Jews. You understand? Just so I could real quick, this is your true identity for all my so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians who are watching this, who are not in the truth, because you're not slick. I see a lot of subscribers. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm gonna see something real quick. Let me see something real quick. How many? Okay. So right here, right? We have 695 subscribers. Now, look, I'm not an idiot. I understand that probably a good majority of these are probably brothers and sisters in the school who have subscribed, you know, the water for that. But I know not everybody who is a subscriber on this is in the school. Not to get too off topic, but time is really running out. I don't know what you're waiting for, but World War III is on the horizon. Okay, that's already been prophesized in the Bible. So don't be a fan. That's all I got. Salaki, what you got, Crime Shock? Go ahead. Nah, for real, it's already here. This is just the beginning. It's already happening. It's just, you know how our people do. It's not affecting us directly yet, but low key it kind of is. You see them gas prices going up. Salaki, I was driving all the way over here. Damn near $6. That's good night, brother. About to start flying over here for real, Slagia. But my point being is, right, to get back on topic, the real Jews are black. We're going to cover all of this. Also, another thing that you need to understand, just because you have dark skin does not mean that you're a Hebrew Israelite. Just because you have light skin does not mean that you are not a Hebrew Israelite, right? We're gonna go through all this, right? But let's finish up with verse 7, right? Tell me, O thou whom my soul loveth, where thou feedest, where thou makest thy flock to rest at noon. For why should I be as one that turneth aside by the flocks of thy companions? Okay, so we'll drop that, right? Because it doesn't really have too much to talk about of what the main topic is. But this is just the Song of Solomon, right? I just wanted to start with this to show that the real Jews, right, Jerusalem, the Israelites, are black. You understand? Now, let's keep going. Matter of fact, let's see. Let me get another precept for you real quick. Actually, Karam Shah, can I get let's see, Isaiah. Gotta remember which one it is. Salaki, just give me one moment. Believe it's Isaiah 14 and 2, if I'm not mistaken. If you could read that for me.
In the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 2.
Go ahead.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Mm-hmm.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Okay, let me see. That's Salaki. Is that Jeremiah 14 and 2? Salaki, I said the wrong one. Jeremiah 14 and 2. I was thinking of Isaiah. No, it's Jeremiah 14 and 2. Just to show again that the real Jews are black, right? Salaki for that. So yeah, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Just let me know when you got it. No, you too wild. Take your time. Jeremiah 14 and 2. Khan. Just want to show y'all something real quick. What you got, sis? Hey, Most High Christ, give that sister a hand real quick. We gonna be talking about it a little bit. We gonna get to that too, sis. Most High Christ. Yeah, a lot of y'all want to hear that. If y'all didn't hear the sister, there's gonna be a time we gonna be in rulership, and it's on the horizon, right? Those who have put us into captivity shall be put into captivity. That's in the Bible. I hope you understand that. We'll get to all that later, Salaki. But you got was it Jeremiah 14 and 2? Go ahead and read that for me if you could, Baba Kasha.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Judah mourneth.
Go ahead.
And the gates thereof languish.
Mm-hmm.
They are black.
They are what?
They are black.
Say it one more time.
They are black.
Go ahead.
Unto the ground.
So it says they are black onto the ground. Is that it on that?
And the cry of Jerusalem is going up.
The cry of who?
Jerusalem is going up.
The cry of Jerusalem. So that those terms, black and Jerusalem, they keep coming back, right? So it starts to make you wonder, okay, well, Jerusalem, the Jews, right? The Hebrews, the real Hebrews. It's saying that we're black. But who inhabits the land today in Jerusalem? You don't see us over there. I mean, I don't know if there's any brothers over there. I don't really see them, but they don't look like us. You understand? That's because those are not the real Jews. You understand? Matter of fact, if I could, can I get the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9? Let me show you something that's also in the Bible. Because you're going to have a lot of these Jewish folk, right? Little Yehudi people, whatever, I don't know. They're going to tell you, oh, well, we're the real Jews. We're the real Jews, But now we're reading in the Bible, right? That the real Jews are black. Also, your Christian pastor does not teach you this. I hope you understand that. And that's going to go into my next topic later on as we continue through class, that the white man did not make the Bible. Look, Christianity is one of the biggest lies on the planet. The second biggest lie, in my personal opinion, is that the white man made the Bible. See, the problem with our brothers and sisters is they think the Bible is a fairy tale. These are real people. Moses was a real person. Aaron was a real person. Jacob, Rebecca, Esau, all those people were real people. Yahushua Mashiach, Jesus Christ, was a real person. He's a man. You understand? These are records of us, but the white man has told you
well, at least made it seem like it's a fairy tale. It's like, what you got? Go ahead.
And even though I'm not saying that the white man made the Bible, but if they did, people don't think that the Most High is so powerful enough to bring His message out, even if something they made.
Hey, look, trust me, we about to. I'm gonna try to go over everything as much as I possibly can throughout this class. But you bringing out an excellent point. We're gonna get into that in a second. But if I could, was it Revelation 3 and 9?
The book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9.
Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogues of Satan.
The synagogues of Satan. So let's see what they're talking about right now. Go ahead.
Which say they are Jews.
Which say they are Jews. Go ahead.
And are not.
And are what?
And are not.
And are not. That's very interesting. Keep reading.
But do lie.
But do lie. Hold up. Something ain't right. Something's not adding up. You know what that's talking about? Ain't it? That's how you know the Bible is real, because it's talking about things that are prophesied today. Remember, this was written a long time ago. I know a lot of y'all like to think that this is a fairy tale. It's not, because this is talking about the fake Jews that are inhabiting the land. They say they are Jew, but they are not. They lie. Any more on that? Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet,
Mm-hmm.
and to know that I have loved thee.
Mm-hmm. So now this is what you need to understand. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Well, you got to understand that we disobeyed the Most High, right? You can read all throughout the Bible of Israelites just being just outright disobedient. You know, the Lord called us a stiff-necked people. You ever got kids and, you know, you trying to tell them to do something over and over again, which what black people call them? We say they're hard-headed, right? It's just a slang term. Remember, this is a black book we're talking about right now. And we are the Lord's children, and the Lord is talking about us and saying that we are very, very hard-headed. So because of that, He turned away from us and gave us unto the hands of our enemies as punishment. You know, slavery is biblical, right? Matter of fact, I don't want to just breeze past that one real quick. Hold on real quick. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, yeah. If I could you give me Genesis 15 and 13? Show y'all something real quick, because y'all swear this is a fairy tale. Remember, the Bible was written a very long time ago. But here we're going to read that slavery was prophesied in the Bible. So we'll read the book of Genesis, chapter 15, verse 13. Just let me know when you got it. Go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 15, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto Abram,
You good?
now of the surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs.
So it says right here, and he said unto Abram, right? Now you gotta remember, this is Abram. His name was later changed to what? Abraham or Abraham, which means what? Father of many nations. You understand? Now it says, know of a surety that thy seed meaning what? His lineage, his children. In what was it, the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 6. I mean, actually, that's just one precept, but there's a lot of precepts in the Bible repeating the same thing over and over again. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob, whose name was later changed to what? Israel. Genesis 35 and 10. You understand? Now it says right here, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. What does that sound like today? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians here in America. And actually, you know what? I'm not even going to say just America. All over the world. All over the world. It's not just America. There's brothers, believe it or not, in Europe. There's brothers in Italy. There's brothers and sisters in Australia, in Asia. I found out that there's brothers and sisters in Japan. They speak fluent Japanese. We're in Southern and Central America. We're all over the world. We've been scattered. You understand? But we were not supposed to be there in the first place. Why? Because we were sold on what? Slave ships. That's in the Bible too. Now, if you could, can you keep reading for me, Baba Kasha?
And shall serve them.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall afflict them 400 years.
And it says, and shall serve them, meaning what? We're going to be enslaved. We're going to serve other nations. Ain't that what happened? Isn't that what happens today? I know a lot of people like to, oh my gosh, if I could real quick. I can't tell you how many times I get into arguments with people and they say, oh, well, slavery was such a long time ago. You need to forget the past and move on. No. First of all, God doesn't forget. That's why his name, one of his many names is the Ancient of Days. You understand? God don't never forget nothing. God knows way more than you. Understand that. Don't even try to wrap your head around this. Your head's gonna explode. My point being is though, right? My point being is we're still serving the so-called white man today. You don't think you are because you're not physically in chains. You understand? But mentally, yes, you still are. Because what do? You celebrate birthdays. Birthdays are satanic. You can do your own research. Priest and Officer Tawaga Bar did a class on that. I believe not this past week, but the week beforehand during scripture breakdown. You should watch it. It's very thorough. Matter of fact, birthdays are only mentioned twice in the Bible. And guess what? Both times they're celebrated by who? Heathens, not us. Heathens. One of them was Pharaoh, who was an Egyptian. And by the way, somebody died because of that. I believe he cut the head of his baker. You understand? Like, ain't that ironic? On a birthday, somebody died. Like, don't even look. Don't celebrate birthdays, right? You smoking weed is you serving the white man. Believe it or not. You killing your brothers, you making whores out of your sisters, that is you serving the white man because those are his ways. You know, our brothers like to do drive-bys on each other. You want to know who were the first people to do that? The Italian mafia, your Al Capone, all of them. They were the first drug dealers in this country. They're the real OGs, if you get my point. They're the original gangsters. It ain't you, brother. You're copying them. You understand? Because you serve the white man. Also, if I could, real quick, slavery is actually still legal in America under the 13th Amendment. For those of y'all who don't know, and a lot of these penitentiary centers and prisons, brothers who I think make up about 75%, right? They pick cotton. Let me just say that one more time. They pick cotton for 4 cents an hour, and that is actually defined as slave labor. So no, slavery never left. It's still here. You get my point? So we still serve them. And it also says, and they shall afflict them 400 years, give or take a few years, right? Approximately how long, at least from our knowledge, right? How long were we in slavery? Between 400 and 500 years. That's biblical. The Most High is telling Abraham, or Abram at this time, because his name didn't change yet, that your seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. This is a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian book. It's talking about the real Jews of the Bible. What you got? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 33. And I will scatter you among the heathen. And will draw you, and will draw out a sword after you.
And will draw out a sword after you. Good night. Matter of fact, if I could add on that, what was Esau blessed with? Go ahead. He was blessed with the sword. Remember, Esau originally was a very cunning hunter. That's his talent, to destroy. But the sad part is he doesn't have a cap on it. You understand? Why do you think so many, I bring this up like every other class. Why do you think so many animals are extinct? Why do you think that there are so many environments that are being destroyed? He doesn't know how to stop. That's what he does. He just kills and kills and kills. If he can't kill anything, he'll kill himself. Right? Matter of fact, if I could real quick, these abortion clinics, right? They were originally designed to enable our sisters to have the option to murder their child before they were born. But this the cold part about it, right? It actually backfired because there's actually an increase of white women who go to these abortion clinics to abort their children. So congratulations, you're just killing your own people. Like, that's the crazy part. What you got, Ak?
So much of the damn devil that they give too much, and instead of letting their kids be born, they give too much care about their looks. That's why they're dying.
They're dying and they're infertile too. Right. A lot of white women are actually very infertile. That's why they have a lot of those fertility clinics. If I could, real quick, those abortion clinics are usually put in a minority-based neighborhood, hence blacks and Hispanics, right? But the fertility clinics are where? They're usually put in the white neighborhoods. They're trying to kill you. Shalom, Lord Christ, Adawan. The water, heavy point. I appreciate that, sir. But my point being is, right, this is a black book. The real Jews are black. Now, also, right, we'll get back to the Bible in a second. I wanted to read something about our native Indian brothers and sisters too, right? So this is, for those of y'all who can't see it, this is the Trail of Tears. The Trail of Tears, right? The rise and fall of the Cherokee Nation. Now, this is cold right here. This should let you know that other people know who you are. Don't think that other people don't know who you are. Before I even begin, it's crazy. Before I joined the truth, right? I was just learning about the truth. And I was one of those ignorant brothers that swore he was African. I won't say I swore I was African, but it was the only thing that, I thought they're dark, we're dark, right? So, I mean, I guess we're the same. And I mentioned the word Israelite to this African woman, right? I believe she was Kenyan or something, a Hamite, right? And you want to know what she told me? She told me, oh no, we know who you are. An African woman said that. She admitted that there was a difference between the Israelites and Africans. That's coming from like Salakia. I just wanted to bring that up real quick, right? So I'm gonna read, and this is on the first page. I don't even got to get that deep into it. This is the first page of the Trail of Tears, the rise and fall of the Cherokee Nation, chapter 1, page 1. So investigations were made in the 17th and 18th centuries to determine whether the American Indians were the lost tribes of Judah. Now, here in the truth, we understand that our native Indian brothers and sisters are from the tribe of Gad, right? However, Judah and Israel go hand in hand. Judah is also a term, not just for my tribe, but it's also a reference to the southern tribes, right? Judah and Benjamin or Banyamyan in the Hebrew. Judah would be Yahawada in the Hebrew, you understand? But my point being is these colonizers, these conquistadors were studying us to see if we were one of the 12 lost tribes. These other nations of people, they know who you are. But let's keep reading because it don't stop. It doesn't stop there. So I'm going to continue. It says, and it was pretty well proved both yes and no and unprovable either way. So they're trying to make it seem like, okay, well, we can't prove it, but we can't not prove it too. But let's keep going. So since it says an unprovable either way, which made it an excellent topic and study for exploitation. Now, hold on real quick, right? If I could, let me see where my phone at. My phone about to die, but it's all good. I'm going to read the definition of exploitation for you real quick, right? Let's see, where is it? Okay. Where is it? It's right here. You know what? We'll just do this. Make it simple, right? I'm going to look up the definition of exploitation. Let's see. To exploit. Now, I want exploitation. I want the full one. Okay, so this is the definition of exploitation. The action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. The action of making use of or benefiting from resources, meaning what in this context? They learned that native Indians are Israelites. So what did they do? They took that information and they benefited off of it. Now, they're not going to tell native Indians that, if you're from the tribe of Gad, they're not going to tell Seminole Indians that you're from the tribe of Reuben. They're not going to tell Mexicans that you're from the tribe of Issachar. They studied you and withheld that information from you and forced Christianity onto you to believe in their false religion. You understand? By the way, this ain't a religion. Let's just get that straight real quick. This is actual factual stuff right here. Okay. But my point being is they learned, they studied, and they withheld the information. And it's not just our native Indian brothers and sisters. Oh no, the Hispanics as well. They studied the Aztecs and the Mayans, or as you would know, the so-called Mexicans today, right? And they confirm that they are of the 10 lost tribes. Now, don't get it confused. You'll hear the term 10 and 12, right? There are 12 tribes. However, two of them you can identify as the southern tribes, Judah and Benjamin or Benjamin. Understand? But then you have the northern tribes, the other 10 tribes, right? Those would be Gad, right? Reuben, Manasseh, Ephraim, etc., right? And if I could, real quick, this is the cold part. This is the one thing they don't tell you. They try to make it seem like, okay, only our southern tribe brothers and sisters are Israelites, when realistically, it's actually more tribes of the northern region that are Israelites. Ain't that the cold part? So don't get too caught up in the colorism, which I'm about to get into right now. If I could, which one is it? Second Samuel. Give me Second Samuel chapter 2, verse 4, if I could, Baba Kasha. Shalom on Christ, sir. What you got, Kram Shah?
I'm not for sure exactly which year, but colorism was just brought out in like before the 1600s, before we got enslaved. It was like maybe 1,000 years before.
Wait, you said what was brought out?
Basically, like colorism, like how everybody started worrying about what type of color you was.
Oh yeah, kind.
Before that, nobody was really worried about color.
Exactly. And you could thank the white man for that. You can thank Willie Lynch because he's the one that taught you to hate your brother. So again, y'all think y'all not serving the white man, but when you doing that little colorism stuff, good night. Look, blacks and Hispanics do this all the time. Look, it ain't just Hispanics. It's black people too. I've met plenty of Judites in my life who think either a light-skinned brother is inferior because he's not fully black, or vice versa. You see light-skinned brothers and sisters who think that they are superior because they look more in their eyes white. Little do you know, the police is still gonna kill you because you're still a nigger at the end of the day. And I know for my Simeonite brothers and sisters, the so-called Dominicans or Shemayawan in the Hebrew, right? Yeah, I know y'all love to say, oh, you know, me no black, I'm Dominican. Okay, yeah, have fun explaining that to the police. They're still gonna kill you. You're a brother too. So like I said, what you got? Exactly. We about to get to that in a minute, so Slaggy. I'm still in the spirit from yesterday, so I'm trying to get all that today, Slaggy. But if I could, you had your hand up, Karam Shot? So 2 Samuel chapter 2, verse 4, right? So we're gonna talk a little bit about this complexion, right? Let me get my Zondervins real quick. 2 Samuel 2 and 4. Actually, Karamashah, can you give me 2 Samuel 2 and 4? And if I could, sir, could you give me 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 42? 17 and 42. So we'll go to 2 Samuel first, though. If you could read that for me.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the men of Judah came.
So the men of Judah, go ahead.
And they anointed David king over the house of Judah.
Over the house of who?
Over the house of Judah.
So this is talking about David, right? Before he was King David. This is just David at this time, or Dawada, which is he is beloved or beloved in the Hebrew, right? So right here, this is a so-called black man, right? A Negro, right? Who hails from the tribe of Judah. Any more on that? No significance. Okay, so we'll drop that, right? But my point being is I wanted to bring out that King David hails from the house of Judah or Yahawada, right? I hail from the house of Yahawada. Now I look like your typical Judah, and you know I look like I play 2K and wear Jordans all day. I get it. Slaggy. But my point being is this is a brother, right? Now let's read a little bit more of what King David or David at the time, what did he look like? If I could, sir, 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 42.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 42.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Philistines looked about and saw David, he disdained him.
Right.
For he was but a youth and ruddy.
Whoa, hold up, ruddy. Ruddy, what does that mean? I bet your Christian pastor never broke that down, right? Is there any more on that, sir, before I go into the Zondervins?
And of a fair countenance.
Fair countenance. Didn't you just bring that up? That's crazy. Fair countenance, right? Now, what is this talking about? What is this talking about with David, right? So we know that David is a brother who hails from the house of Judah. But it says that he was ruddy and of fair countenance. Give me 1 second, Salakia. So we're going to read the definition of ruddy in the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary.
Brothers got to stop getting so wrapped up in color, right? So here is the definition of ruddy in the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary. A word used to refer to a red or, as you brought up, sir, a fair complexion in contrast to the dark skin. Again, the Hebrews are black, of the Hebrews. So now, hold on now. This is a Hebrew. This is a brother we talking about, right? This is a Judite, according to the Bible. But it says he was a fair countenance. Remember, this is a black book, right? Now, what is a term that I know brothers use this a lot? What is a term that we refer to when we see a lighter skinned sister? Red bone. Red bone. Sometimes we say yellow bone, but we say red bone. Matter of fact, if I could also, I don't really watch football like that. So like I'm a nerd, but let's see. The football team with the native Indians as the symbol. What are they called? Is that the one? No, not that one. The other one. The native Indians. It has the native Indians as their symbol. The Redskins. There you go. Red. That term. Yep. Red bone says there you go. So in two different contexts right there, we use the term, and it's crazy. Even America uses the term. They refer to our native Indian brothers and sisters as red. Why? Not all the time. I know of native Indian brothers who are of a darker complexion. One of them, he right here. My brother Karam Shot. You understand? I know he's not here right now, but Sawap is a Gadite also, right? But he's of a darker complexion. But it's been stereotyped that majority of native Indians in this country are of a lighter complexion, aka red. You get my point? Still a brother. Still a brother. Again, matter of fact, if I could, let me see. We get one more real quick. Can I get Hosea 7 and 8? You got your hand up. What you got? That's it. It's just light skin. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. No sweat. But if I could, can I get Hosea 7 and 8?
The book of Hosea, chapter 7 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Ephraim, he had mixed himself amongst the people.
So it's talking about Ephraim, right? For those of y'all who don't know, Ephraim would be who? With the so-called Puerto Ricans today, right? Now, if you can continue, sir.
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
A cake not turned. Now, again, your Christian pastor is not going to explain this to you. They don't understand the Bible because they were taught by the white man who is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You need to understand that. So now I'm going to break it down for you. Y'all seen Puerto Ricans, right? And I'm not even going to talk about just Puerto Ricans. I'm just talking about our Hispanic brothers and sisters, or as y'all like to call them, Afro-Latinos, right? Dominicans, Brazilian, et cetera, right? It says a cake not turned. Y'all made pancakes, right? We all made pancakes before. If you cooking a pancake, but it says a cake not turned, it means what? One side is dark, obviously, because it's cooking. But that would mean the other side is light because it's not being cooked. That's why you have Puerto Ricans of every different shade. And you could also use this as a reference for just all of Israel together. Because, I mean, look, I'm Judah. It's like, yes, sir, what tribe are you from? Khan, sir. Judah. There you go. What tribe you from, Karab Shak? He's a Gadite. Now we all dark skinned, right? Okay, but are all Judites dark skinned? No. Okay, he's not here right now, but Priest Officer Karatazah, he's a lighter skinned brother. But he's Yahweh. What you got, sir? There you go. Right. I have one brother and I have two little sisters. They're all lighter than me. But my dad, Slacky. My dad black as hell. Slacky. I love my dad though. Don't get Slacky. But my point being is, like you said, sir, we can do that. Matter of fact, studies have already been shown that black people, right? And when I say black, Hispanic and Native Indians also, we are the only race of people that can produce any shade. Literally. Only us. Esau can't do that. Esau can't do that. Asians can't do that. Chinese can't do that. Japanese can't do that. Samoans can't do that. It's only us.
So let's see. Yeah, come on, sis. No, I get it. So my point being is we come in many different shades, but you are still a Hebrew Israelite according to your lineage. Also, this is what I really wanted to get into. Slakia. Oh my goodness. So if I could, oh my goodness, could I get Zephaniah 2 and 12? Salagia. Where is it? Salagia. Matter of fact, on my phone. I just had it. Not yet. If you could just hold that for me, sir. Salagia, I want to show some people some stuff real quick. Let's see. Salakia. I'm still in the spirit. Okay, let's see. So if you could hold that for me, sir. Let's see. Let me get Genesis 10. Where is it? 10 and 6, I think. Genesis 10 and 6. Good night. Look, it's too many. There's too many black people out here. You swear you African. We're gonna debunk all that, right? Let's see. Genesis, I think it's 10 and 6. Okay. Matter of fact, what you got, Crime Shot? Go ahead.
No matter how much this book says that we're black, we come in all type of shades of color.
Mhm.
If you read it, because I remember I did that to my auntie. I believe she's Jewish, but she's Christian. And
Right.
I basically I brought out scriptures and everything, and she still rejected it. She still said that, I read the whole book. I'm like, you can't read it as a book.
Hear that? Yeah. Precept upon precept, line upon line. There you go. What's that scripture? If they have an ear, let them hear. But hey, look, there's a reason why the Most High gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth is because He wants you to listen more than you talk. You understand? But if I could, real quick, let's see, sir, if you could hold Zephaniah 2 and 12, Kramashak, let me get Genesis chapter 10 and verse 6, if I could. And just let me know when you got it. Okay, if you could read that for me, Baba Kasha.
The book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the sons of Ham.
The sons of who?
The sons of Ham.
The sons of Ham. Go ahead.
Cush and Mizraim.
So it says Cush and Mizraim. Keep reading.
And Phut and Canaan.
Phut and Canaan. So right here, this is Ham we're talking about. This would be your modern day Africans. Now, this is where black people get tripped up at. The term Africa does not exist in the Bible, not that term. However, what you need to understand is those who inhabit that land today are the Hamites in the Bible. Ham means hot. It's hot in Africa. It's not, it's pretty simple. So my point being is, let's see. Let's see, where is it? Okay, I'll get to that one in a second. Oh, you got it? Okay, hold that for me real quick, right? So right here, matter of fact, I'll read it right here. So this is the book of Genesis, right? Chapter 11. Let's see. Chapter 11, verse 26. Genesis chapter 11, verse 26, right? And it says, and Terah, matter of fact, no, I'll get to that in a second. Let's start from the top. It says in verse 10, these are the generations of Shem. For those of y'all who don't know, Noah had different sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? Now, we just read about Ham. Now, he was the progenitor of, Slakia? Cush, Canaan, Phut, and I always forget the other one, Mizraim, Thwada. So Mizraim would be your modern day Egyptians. And then you have Canaan, and then you have Cush. Cush would be your modern day Ethiopians, right? Now, we're going to read about Shem. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 10. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. Now it's a long lineage, but we're just going, for the time's sake, we're just gonna keep going all the way down, right? To verse 26. Remember, this is the generations of Shem, not Ham, Shem. And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram. Abram, whose name was later changed to what? Abraham. So now, who did Abraham begat? Isaac. And later it was who? Jacob. Exodus 3 and 6. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So now we have two different lineages. You understand? Now you said you got the definition of Ham? If you could read that for me, Baba Kasha.
This is the Zandervan Bible Dictionary. And this is definition of Ham.
Go ahead.
The youngest son of Noah.
The youngest son of Noah. Go ahead.
Born probably about 96 years before the flood.
Mm-hmm.
And the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
Mm-hmm.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
The progenitor of the dark races. Keep reading.
Not the Negroes.
Not the who?
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes. Hold on. Wait a minute. I thought Africans and black people were the same. We sold out of Africa, right? I mean, they're dark, we're dark. It only makes sense, right? I ain't some funky Hamites. Like I bathe. And not in cow poop. You understand? My point is Salakia. My point being is, right, this is what black people need to understand. You come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It just said right here that he was the progenitor of the dark races, right? And it said, let's see, it said, read it one more time for me, Baba Kasha.
Hell, the youngest son of Noah, probably about 96 years before the flood.
Right.
And one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
Mm-hmm.
He became the progenitor of the dark races,
Mm-hmm.
not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes, but what does it say after that?
But the Egyptians.
But the who?
Egyptians.
Keep going.
Ethiopians.
Keep going.
Libyans.
Keep going.
And Canaanites.
And Canaanites. So the Egyptians, the Canaanites, and you heard that term again, Ethiopian. This would be your modern day Africans. That's what black people need to understand. Now, just to show you yet again, there is a difference between the so-called Negroes from the tribe of Judah, Yahawada, you understand, and Ethiopians and Egyptians. Remember, in the book of Exodus, Moses and Aaron were sent to get us up out of Egypt because Pharaoh had us in captivity. Egyptians are dark-skinned. Look, this is what you need to understand. Other nations can look like you, but that doesn't mean you're the same nation. Matter of fact, if I could real quick, somebody made a good point. I was talking to them earlier. The Chinese and the Japanese. The Chinese and the Japanese will tell you that they are not of the same nation. But to us, they look alike. We just say, oh, they're Asian. But a lot of Chinese don't like the Japanese because of what they did to them. They understand that even though they look similar, they are not the same. You understand? Now, yet again, we're going to show you that there's a difference between Israel and these funky Hamites. If I could, sir, could you please read Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 12?
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Ye Ethiopians.
Ye who?
Ethiopians.
Keep reading, sir.
Also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
Ye shall be slain by my sword. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I don't think black people are really understanding this. God is telling you that there is a difference between you and these funky Hamites.
Right.
First of all, have you seen a Hamite? Like, look at what they do. Matter of fact, you know what's crazy? I saw something on the internet now, because they try to be like us all the time, right? For those of y'all who don't know, like drill music is real popular in New York and stuff, right? Now, you listen to Pop Smoke, stuff like that. Now, Africans are trying to mimic drill music, and it sounds exactly how they smell, funky. You understand? It's like, but you see how they try to mimic you, right? Now, let's see. There was another precept here that I wanted to go over. Moed, desolation. There shall come forth a pride, terrible to them. Every one of the isles of the heathen.
Okay, Slagia, sir, could you read? Oh, Slagia, what you got, Shot?
Salaki, I was gonna give a precept.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Exodus 11:7.
Go ahead.
It says in the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Ooh, that's an excellent precept, by the way. The water for that. That's an excellent. It says, read that one more time, Slagia.
In the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Shall not a dog move his tongue, meaning what? You don't dare touch the children of Israel because God is going to punish you. Okay? What was it? I'm paraphrasing. What was it? Habakkuk 2:12, where it says, woe unto a nation that was built off of iniquity. So like, I'm paraphrasing right now. But my point being is, God is going to destroy those that touch Israel. Y'all seen what happened to Egypt? There is no Egypt. Egypt was once the superpower on the planet, and now it's not. Ancient Roman Greece was one of the superpowers on the planet, and guess what? Nobody cares about them. You don't think America next? You don't think all the stuff that be going on here? I would speak a lot more of it, but I'm trying to keep this as PG as I possibly can. But we can all use our brains and know what happens to us in this country. God is going to destroy not just America, but everybody. Them funky Hamites that put their hands on us, they're going to be destroyed also. So, like, so I know you had your hand up. Nah, there's Egyptians. There's still Egyptians. They just, they're not as fruitful as they were before. I've actually met a couple of Egyptians, and yeah, they kind of look like us, but they'll tell you, no, I'm Egyptian. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, no sweat. You funky too, no sweat. But go ahead, Karab Shot. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It says, against man or beast, that he may know how that the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Man, ain't that heavy? A difference between Egyptians and Israel. And I keep telling this to black people, but we stiff neck, we don't want to listen. I keep telling people, like, look, you do understand why we were in Africa at that time, right? It's because we were hiding from our enemies. Why? Because they look like us. Matter of fact, if I could real quick, in the book of Esther, Esther was a Jew. She was from the tribe of Benjamin. But did anybody know that she was a Jew? No, not until she said something. She had to tell people that she was a Jew because of what was going on. Because what was his name? Haman. For those of y'all who don't know, Haman was an Agagite, right? He was an Agagite, a heathen who wanted to slaughter all the Jews because Mordecai, who was a brother, a Benjamite, a so-called West Indian today, think of like Usain Bolt or something, Jamaican, right? And he refused to bow and brown nose Haman. And because he chose to not do that, Haman wanted to slaughter all of Israel, all of them. He wanted to hang us on gallows. But in order to save her nation, big ups to Esther and Mordecai for doing their part because the Lord was with them. But she had to reveal that she was a Jew. But the thing is, how are you not going to know that she's a Jew just by off of her looks? You should know, right? But they didn't, because other people, other nations looked like her. It is really common sense. There's oh my God, like there's brown people across the world. You understand? That doesn't mean that they're an Israelite. Slaggy, what you got? Go ahead.
I figured out my own way. I ain't gonna lie to interpret us from the Africans. All you gotta do is look at the head shape. We got longer heads. They have circular.
Yeah, their bone structure is definitely different. Yeah. Nah, their bone structure is different. Like you could even see like their facial features. Like from a distance, you can't really tell. But once you get close enough to like an actual Israelite and a Hamite, you can see like the bone structure is different. The way they talk is different. Their spirit is different. You understand? You start talking about black people problems, a lot of them, they don't really resonate with that. What do they call you? They say that, oh, you're lazy and oh, you don't know anything. I forgot her name. It was the Hamite woman who played Black Panther's girlfriend on the movie, right? But she was actually like a real Hamite. And I remember they were doing an interview on her, right? And they were talking about, she's black and how does it feel to be like this, da, da, da. And she admitted, I never even considered myself black until I came into this country. Meaning what? She doesn't view herself the same way that we view each other. Let me see. What you got, sis? Salakia, sir, what chapter and verse was that about the difference between Israelites and Egyptians? What was that?
Exodus 11. Let me get it. Exodus 11 and 7.
Exodus 11 and 7, sis. Exodus 11 and 7. The water for that, by the way. Now that we got all that out the way, right? Let's see how much time I got. How long have I been on here? I got a little bit more time. Okay, so my point being is, right? My point being is, just because you're dark skinned does not mean you're an Israelite. Also, cut the colorism crap out. Just stop, okay? There's too many brothers and sisters killing each other off of petty little indifferences. And I'm gonna bring this out too, right? The white man, he's gotten so good at killing us that he doesn't even have to do it himself. All he has to do is sit back and watch us do it. That's it. He literally just sits back and is like, oh, there go them niggas again. Look at them. They just sipping their wine, just looking at you like an idiot because we kill each other in the street. You got Mexicans that kill blacks. You got blacks that kill Mexicans. Native Indians, most Native Indians don't even want nothing to do with anybody. They isolate themselves and it's crazy. They drink. They're like, I forgot what it's called. They suffer from it's some type of like liver disease because they drink so much. So is it cirrhosis? I'm not sure what it is. So like, let me look it up real quick. It's some type of liver disease from drinking too much. I forgot what it's called. If I can look it up real quick. Go ahead.
And it's been so many white people, and I'm not saying white just because of their skin color.
Right.
Because they're atrocities towards us and the children of Israel. But there's been so many that can't, or that they play on movies, that even selling documentaries like in jail. That why do they have to step in between black people and black people? They'll let them kill each other.
Exactly.
Why do they have to step in?
And you
They
could
doing it for us. I'm not about to get an extra charge.
exactly not. You could thank Willie Lynch for all that, and you could thank Margaret Sanger for putting those abortion clinics into our communities and convincing sisters today that it's your body, it's your choice. You don't oh my gosh, they try to press the fact that no, Slakia. They tried to press this idea that if you have a child, especially at a young age, it's going to prohibit you from your career. Now you have sisters in the world, obviously, not hearing the truth, but in the world who would prioritize their career and their money over being a mother, when being a mother is a beautiful thing. Being a wife is a beautiful thing. You don't understand how much you're actually helping out your nation because we need mothers, we need fathers who are together. You understand? But in the world, they'll tell sisters, "Oh, it's your body, it's your choice. It didn't have a beating heart yet, so you're not doing anything wrong." No, that was a child, and this is America, right? It's, everybody has the right to live, right? Okay, well, if that's true, that baby had the right to be born. You took the action to make the baby, so take the responsibility to raise the child. Slagi, before I continue, what you got, Karam Shak? Oh yeah, no. You saw if you can go ahead, but I'm gonna drop that right now. I want to get into a couple of other things, right? So many people, black people, Hispanic, Native Indian people, swear that the white man made the Bible. Really? Okay. If I could I get Matthew 15 and 24, Baba Kasha? Now we already debunked all that, right? That so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are God's chosen people, right? So now we're going to read something about what Christ said. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna bring out another one too. I like this one. Just let me know when you got it. Matthew 15 and 24.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So only for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Who's the lost sheep? I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? That's us. We don't have any direction. Like, matter of fact, if I could real quick, I just want to bring something out.
People in the world will call you crazy for claiming to be an Israelite, right? But I guarantee you, if you are a brother, if you are a rapper, if you the baby or 21 Savage or whoever, right, and you rap about killing people, you rap about robbing your brother, stealing, having sex with his woman, you're cool. You good. No one's gonna call you crazy. You get my point? It's just, oh, yep, it's just niggas being niggas. Don't even worry about it. But also, not just that, there are grown men and women to this day who base their entire life off of zodiac signs. Slakia. Hold on. They base their entire life off of zodiac signs. What do they call them? Horoscopes? They'll have something on their phone and it'll be Salakia. I was in the world once. I actually studied zodiac signs, so I damn near like know all the dates. And let's see, I'm trying to think of one right now. If you're born, let's say March 5th, right? According to zodiac signs, you would identify as a Pisces. I kid you not. You can have a horoscope on your phone. You'll wake up and it says, you will wake up and breathe today because you're a Pisces. And people will be like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It knows. This is my sign. Like tell me I'm wrong, man. Like, that's literally what it'll say some garbage like that, or oh, you're going to speak to somebody today. Something like that. You understand? Slagia. Swap. All right, so that's all in Christ though. But my point being is, right, people will believe in that. You understand? Their whole existence off a zodiac sign. Shalom on Christ. Right? But you claiming to be a Hebrew Israelite, that makes you crazy. Nobody calls a Christian crazy. I could be a bona fide Muslim. No one will say that I'm crazy. I could be holding the Quran, not bathing. No one's going to call me crazy. I could believe in Buddhism, Egyptology. No one will call you crazy. But you're crazy because you want to follow Christ? Because, hold on. You want to claim that Jesus Christ is a black man. Now, my point that I'm going to get back to, right? The white man did not make the Bible, because it says right here in Matthew 15 and 24 that Christ is coming back for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Not everybody, not Esau, not Ham, not Cush, not Mizraim, not the Agagites, not Moab, not Ammonites, not Amalekites, Israel. You understand? And also, I don't even need to bring up the precept, but Revelation 1 and 14 through 16, it talks about the description of Jesus Christ, right? He's a black man, hair white like wool, skin onto fine brass, burnt onto a furnace. We've all heard it like a million times, right? But then, you got Christians who will be like, oh, well, he didn't have a color. He didn't have a color. You'll put up Caesar Borgia and be like, oh, well, color doesn't matter. Why you got a white Jesus in there then? Huh? Because in the Bible, it says that he's a black man. This is my favorite one, too. They'll say, oh, well, he was olive skinned. Oh, really? What color are olives? I'm just saying. Oh, they're green. What's the other one? Oh, okay. No sweat. No sweat. I'm just saying. But my point being is, right? My point being is, how can the white man make the Bible, right? If in the Bible, let's cover a few things real quick. Jesus Christ is a black man. It's saying that he's only going to come for the house of Israel, right? They like to say that, Christians like to say that God loves everybody, but it clearly says multiple times throughout the Bible. It's extremely repetitive. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, showing that he's only the God of a certain people, right? It also shows the atrocities that Esau has committed against Israelites. Even Esau himself vowed to slay Jacob. He warned, said, Jacob is going to mourn. Or no, Slakia. I believe it was his father is going to mourn. Salakia. My point being is, Esau is saying that he's going to come for Jacob. You understand? This is Esau, the progenitor of the white race, right? And you can read all through the Apocrypha. In the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, it says that Esau will be the end of the world, but Jacob will be the beginning that followeth. Meaning what? Meaning that Esau's reign is going to end, but Jacob, Israelites, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are going to rule after. Now, hold on real quick. Matter of fact, I'll get one more precept. Can I get Mark 7 and 26, if I could, Baba Kasha? Khan Khan, the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 26, right?
The book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
The woman was a Greek.
Who?
A Greek.
A Greek. So a European woman, a white woman. Go ahead, sir.
A Syrophoenician
Mm-hmm.
by nation.
Right.
She besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter.
Okay, so now here is a Greek woman who was going to Christ because her daughter is very sick. So let's see what Christ does. You keep reading, sir.
Verse 27. But Yahushua said unto her, let the children first be filled.
Let the children first be filled, meaning who? He's talking about his people. You understand? You can keep reading, sir.
For it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it unto dogs.
Unto who?
Unto dogs.
Wait a minute. This is Jesus Christ we're talking about. So you mean to tell me that Jesus Christ, that homosexual white man that y'all want to make as Jesus Christ, is telling a Greek woman she's a dog? Wait a minute. I thought Christ loved everybody. Why is he calling a Greek woman, a Syrophoenician woman, a dog? Any more on that, sir?
And she answered and said unto him, Yes, Lord. Yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs.
Yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs. So now she's admitting she's a dog. Like she's beneath the children of Israel, you understand? And she wants to lick up the crumbs of our people. This is Christ talking to her, by the way. He just called a Syrophoenician woman a dog. But I thought Christ loved everybody. Now, where am I going with this, right? If the white man made the Bible, why would he put this in the Bible? Like, think about that for a second. Why would the white man put that God is a God of a specific people? Why would he admit to the atrocities that he has done? Why would it say in the Bible that anybody, not just Esau, we read about the Ethiopians, right? Everybody, the Egyptians, the Ammonites, the Moabites, they tried to come for us at one point too. If y'all don't know, there was a man by the name of Balak, who was the king of Moab at the time. And he was so sore afraid of Israelites that he went to a man, a false prophet, right, by the name of Balaam, and he asked him to curse us because he saw us as a threat, because we were too powerful, right? Why would the white man put that there? Do you think the white man gonna tell on himself? Like, really think about that. The white man ain't gonna tell on himself. Why would he tell you that you're the real Jews of the Bible? You think he's gonna educate you on that? Like, yeah, you know, I'm actually the descendant of the people that continue to harm yours, and I'm gonna die because of it. Also, I'm going to be your slave in the future because of like, really think about that. Ain't no white man about to sit here and put that in the Bible, but they won't teach you that. What you got, Crime Shot? Why would they call themselves a devil? That's like, the white man didn't make the Bible. No, the white man stole the Bible and used it against us to make us into Christians. You know, they got books on how to make black people Christians, right? There's a book literally called How to Make a Negro a Christian. But yet you have Negroes that hallelujah and all that stuff today. What you got, Art?
Mm-hmm. He went there and they basically told him to go around and lie. And he knew what he was doing, so that's why he gave up that lie.
They make movies about that. Like, really, like, let that sink in. Like, they have books. You know, niggas don't read. You know, like, for real. Like brothers don't want to read today. You want to go on TikTok and watch some woman shake her behind. That's all you want to do. But it's literally right in front of you. All the answers are right in front of you, but you don't want to take the time to get in class. Now, I'm going to end it with this, right? Being a Hebrew Israelite ain't good enough. This is what I mean by that. I know there's a lot of people, you know, they know who we are. Like, don't get it twisted. Like celebrities and stuff, they know who we are. Man, I forgot, what's her name?
It's the sister. She's a gymnast. She's like well known. I forgot. It's something Simone. I forgot her name. Yeah, you know your con. So I actually saw um on her, I don't know what it's called, but their uniform, she had Hebrew writing on her arm because she knows that she's an Israelite. Don't think these other people don't know who we are, who they are. But here's the problem: they're not in class. They're not in the ISUPK. They're not serving God. Kanye West knows that he's an Israelite. Kodak Black knows that he's an Israelite. Big Sean knows that he's an Israelite. Jay-Z knows that he's an Israelite. But are they serving? Oh, it's like, so what you got? Kendrick Lamar, he said in the song, I'm an Israelite. Don't call me black no more. That word is only a color. It ain't facts no more. You understand? Like they know, but are they serving God? No, they because they still are in the world. So now you sitting back on your couch, still smoking that weed, contemplating, not contemplating, procrastinating, saying, "Oh, I'll come to class tomorrow. I'll come to class tomorrow. I'll check in tomorrow. I'll put on all black tomorrow. I'll start wearing head wraps and dressing more virtuously tomorrow." And then tomorrow comes and you're still in the world. And then the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. 2 months later, you're still in the world getting high. World War III is here, like you brought up earlier. I was saying it's coming. No, it's here. You're just not feeling the effects of it yet. If you really wanted to serve God, you would know the danger that's coming. The lake of fire, those thermonuclear missiles that are literally going to be aimed at every damn country, you're going to get caught up in that. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to get caught up in that. I don't want my brothers and my sisters getting caught up in that. You understand? We want to serve God for real. We don't just walk around saying, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You can buy a t-shirt that says Israelite. Does that mean you in the truth? No. You still in the world. That don't mean I can make a shirt. I can go spend $5 on a Hanes t-shirt and literally get a marker and put Judah on it. I can do that. Does that mean that I'm in the truth? No. My point being is you have to exercise your birthright. Christ said he want to find you working. You understand? You getting high, Christ gonna look at you like, what was it? Oh, I never knew you. That's in the Bible. You understand? So I'm telling you right now, don't be a fan. Get in class while you can. You understand? Don't be one of those fake Israelites that just be sitting on the corner just watching, right? Salagia, that's all I got. Anybody got any questions before I end the class? Any comments or anything? What you got, Karam Shak? Right. Con.
Looking at their classes and basically not showing your approval.
Mm-hmm.
Show thyself to be approved. You need to get class with work.
Con, nah, well, priest and officer. Oh, Slacky, go ahead. Nah, I understand. They said what the Bible says, make your election sure, right? So, what that mean? Don't leave it to chance. Don't be like, did I do enough? The real answer is no, you didn't do enough because the kingdom's not here yet. So clearly, we didn't do enough. Us right here, this ain't enough. We got to keep doing this until Christ come back. And then when the kingdom does come, and it will, we're still going to have to exercise our birthright. We're going to have to conquer other nations because what did the Most High say? I will set thee above all nations. You understand? But to get that, you got to earn it. Going around saying, I'm Judah, I'm Issachar, and saying, what these fake Israelites, they be making up all types of stuff. Yahuwah, whatever that is, I don't know. Like Yahoo, I don't know. Like I don't know. I thought that was milk or something. I don't know. Yeah, like they be making up all types of stuff. No, like stop. just stop. Get in class, right? Just get in class. Get into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohanan because we are the home of the truth. Everybody else is a copycat. They don't have the full truth. One of the reasons why I joined is because guess what? I found out about these other Israelite groups, right? And I'm finding out, okay, they kind of sort of got the truth, but I'm like, it's not the full thing. then I found out about the ISUPK, and I'm like, oh, they got the whole shebang. I want to be with them. I want to be with the winning team. I don't want to be with them. They over there still sinning anyway. Oh boy. So like, what you got, sir?
I was watching the UPK in 2016.
Mhm.
It took me like almost 2 years to join it.
No.
Just kind of like figuring everything out and knowing who I wanted to be with. You know?
Right, right.
I was watching One Body and IUIC.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a little process of, you know what I'm saying, of that. But yeah, man, like.
Con, sir, I hear
You
you.
know what I mean? I was, because me just growing up, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, I mean, I know I heard a brother say, like, gang banging is like a sort of a brotherhood. Like, when you, like, I'm trying to figure out how, the way he said it, like, he was saying, like, it's not brotherhood, like, our brotherhood, but it was, like, it's a sense of it, you know what I'm saying? Just because, like, how, like, we all here for one thing. You know
Oh, okay,
like,
con, sir. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, con, sir, yeah. Yeah, in the world, yeah, they think that's a sense of brotherhood because you know, we've been fooled into thinking that, you know, like you said, like the spirit is still there. Like you want to fight for your brother, but you're doing it for all the wrong reasons because you're willing to kill another brother in the world. And if I could real quick, you said it took you 2 years. I'll be honest with you, sir, it took me 4. It took me 4 years. I was one of them. I was a fan until I realized I wanted to play. You understand? So with that being said, right, if anybody let's see, nobody got no questions. Let's check this real quick. Okay. No questions, no questions. Most High in Christ. Okay. All right, so with that, I'm gonna end the class. Water for everybody that tuned in. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, get in class, man. Like, you know, don't be a fan. Don't do that. You ain't gonna get nothing sitting on the sidelines. Just telling you, man. All right, so with that, my gym, just me up here. Let's fix this. That should be hard enough. Nope. Let's lock it. The water. La Yasharala, which means to Israel. Imagine upon Yah Hakwadam, which means to stand and face the east. Actually, Salaki, before we do that, let's see if I can turn this. Should be fine. Okay. All right, men of Israel, gird up thy loins, prepare to salute the Torah. Step over here. Let's see. You might not see it, but that's fine. Salaki. Remember how to do it? It's a Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barak. Yeah.
Yahweh Shem and Shabrak Yah. Yahweh Shem and Shabrak Yah.
Oh, yeah. So imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Go ahead, continue.
Yahweh Shem Yahshabrak Yah.
Yahweh Shem and Shabrak Yah.
Make sure this is high enough. There we go. We getting started with the Lord's Prayer. In the Hebrew, slack it. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Batazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Latan Manawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Basalak now. Kabawath now, Kasalak now, Kabawath now, Wala'a, Tabaya now, Saiwan, Abo, Hawashai now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'taparath, Lawalamium, Aman. Now in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakak, which is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Babakasha, Latan Lanawa, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Call, Makala, Wakal, Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Ha, Matazariah, Hakak, Lahaquayim, Hamathian, Hakak, I'll, Raka, start that over. I'll, Rakawath, Hatama Allah, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, the water, Aman. Now in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power, the power to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Let's go straight to Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Yanya, All, Hahoyim, Ma'yan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, All, Yatan, Lamawat, Ragalka, All, Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tzalka, Aryad, Yamyamka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarach, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makar, Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'athka, Wabawa'athka, Ma'itha, Wa'ai, Awalam. Now in the English, Psalms 121. It's like it. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time forward
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
all,
all,
Damaya,
Damaya,
Laka,
Laka,
all,
all,
Takarash,
Shakarash,
wa all,
Wa'al,
Dashakwat,
Dashakwat,
all,
all,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Hana,
Hana,
Awayabika, Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Ayel,
Ayel,
Amaka,
Amaka,
Ya'ayamwa,
Ayamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Waita,
Wa'ada,
Yaitazawa,
Yatazawa,
Ayel,
Ayel,
Tazapawanyaka,
Tazapawamika,
Amorwa,
Amara,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidum,
Kakidam,
Magoya,
Magora,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Shum,
Sham,
Yasharala,
Yasharala,
Iwada, Kaya,
Kaya,
Naitazawa,
Yatazawa,
Labba,
Labba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka, Bar Yath, Yakarathwa,
Yakawatwa,
Ahoya,
Ahoy,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa,
Wa,
Yashama Alyam,
Yashama'ali,
Mawa'aba,
Wa'al,
Wahagorium,
Wa'agori,
Gabal,
Wa'al,
Wayama1,
Wa'amawan,
Wayamalak,
Wa'amalak,
Palashath,
Palashah,
Am Yeshabia,
Yashabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum,
Gum,
Ashawar,
Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imum,
Ayamam,
Hayawa,
Kayawa,
Zarwai,
Zarwai,
Labunya,
Labanya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Lahum,
Laham,
Kamudyam,
Kamudyam,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabyam,
Kayabyam,
Manakal,
Manakal,
Koyashwan,
Payashwan,
Nishamadwa,
Shabiwa,
Bayan,
Bayan,
Dara,
Dara,
Hayawa,
Ayawa,
Daman,
Dama,
La Adama,
Ladama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayadamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yamawa,
Yamawa,
Kairab,
Kaira,
Wakaza Abba,
Kalaba,
Wakaza Bak,
Kazabak,
Wakatazol, Manai,
Manai,
Kol,
Kal,
Nasa Yakamwa, Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Marwa,
Nayarasha,
Yarushan,
Lanawa,
Anawath,
Ath, Nawath,
Nawath,
Alahayim,
Alahayam,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shayadamwa,
Kagogala,
Kagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapunya,
Lapunya,
Rawaka'a,
Rawa,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Sabaira,
Ira,
Ya'ira,
Ira,
Wa,
Wa,
Kalahaba,
Kalaba,
Falahat,
Talahat,
Haryum,
Haryam,
Kun,
Kun,
Faradatma,
Tabadatma,
Basa Iraka,
Ariga,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapaka,
Tabahalam,
Nawalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyahum,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawam,
Waya,
Wayah,
Makwashwa,
Makwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Wayah,
Bahalwa,
Bahawa,
Adi Ai,
Adi'ai,
Waya,
Wayah,
Kaparwa,
Kaparwa,
Waya,
Wayah,
Abadwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Wayah,
Daiwa,
Daiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ata,
Ata,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Al-Yawan,
Ayawan,
Alcohol,
Alcohol,
Ha'arataza.
Ha'arataza.
Now in the English, it's like, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies make atonement.
Thine enemies make atonement.
And they that hate thee,
They that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the heads.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted. Against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said,
Come.
come.
And let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more remembrance.
May be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the
inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also was joined with them.
Ashur was also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as to the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Son,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like Oreb,
and like Zaid.
and like Zaid.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Zabah,
as Zabah,
and as Almunah,
and as Almunah,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
the houses of God into possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Men of Israel, give one courtesy salute to the teacher. All right. Men of Israel, Amijam. Amijam Shabbat. Amijam Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakathum. Men of Israel, please saw and face the sisters. Give one courtesy salute, one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amijam Shabbat. Amijam Barak. Yahweh Shemar Alatah by Shem Yahushua. Yajamatah, class dismissed.